Hello, everybody. Welcome to Profiling Evil Choir Practice and this Ask Mike Anything and Ask Skyeler Anything. Skyeler, how you doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
Good. Nice haircut there, Slick.
Thanks. Yeah.
Yeah. Now I just got to get the facial hair taken care of. And
Mm.
hey, thanks to our sponsors over at Dr. Pepper. What a cool thing to have their support all the time, and really appreciate and shout them out. I think you're trying something new tonight, aren't you?
For what?
On Dr. Pepper?
Oh yeah, I am actually. Well, not so much new. Cream soda
I don't know.
zero. It's
Kids
it's
drink.
pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Just a kids drink. Hey, I want to shout out to all of our mods and everybody who's piling in. It's really great to see people showing up. This has been a crazy week last week and now moving into this week. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. And for those of you in the United States and the rest of you around the world, I hope you enjoyed working last Thursday while we were taking it easy. It was really nice and really good to be back, though. Um, there are so many things happening, but I think we just want to get right to questions, don't we?
Yeah, so for everyone who hasn't been here before, this is an Ask Mike Anything, where or an Ask Me Anything, not me specifically, but that's what AMA stands for, right? But we're just opening it up for questions. Lots of stuff going on in the world of true crime, I guess. So we want to open it up to you guys to allow you to ask any questions. We'll answer as many as we can. Obviously, if the questions start getting really fast, we're going to miss a lot of them. But we always try to prioritize super chats and things like that. And then stay tuned because we have for sure one special guest a little later, maybe two.
Yeah, that's true. So I'm really looking forward. The back office will be firing questions and putting them up on the screen. The question keeps coming up in search of Randy Leach. Would we like to comment on the Leach case? We continue to have discussion with folks in Kansas, and we continue to look at that case. Not a lot developing. We just continue to wait and hear. Although they have been doing some things locally to kind of keep pressure on government to move the story forward. So that's been kind of cool. And of course, we're going to have Jared on tonight. We're going to chat a little bit about a bunch of things, but that probably won't be one of the cases we spend too much time on.
No, we'll only have Jared for a couple of minutes, and we have something we want to announce with everybody with Jared tonight. So we'll focus on that. And everybody, we're gonna have a short choir practice or AMA tonight. We're gonna be done around 6:45 our time, so about 45 minutes. But yeah, let's start taking as many questions as we can.
And while you get ready to answer this question, I'm going to say we're cutting it short tonight, folks, because I got one of my beautiful little grandchildren performing in a play, and I promised I'd be there for this opening tonight. So we're gonna be doing really cool stuff and watching a fun Christmas play.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, and I'll have to get out to that one too. It's not my child, but
So Mike
um,
is asking, how do we
yeah.
get signed books for the holidays? And I think we can get the back office to pop something up. If you go to profilingevil.com, you can get hardbound signed copies. And we're doing a special right now, Michael, where you get $20 off the regular price, plus you get them signed. So we're pretty excited about that. We think it's a great way. Now, if you're outside of the United States where shipping can be a little more challenging, then you can always go to Amazon and buy them direct from Amazon, but they're not signed.
There you go. There it is right there. So it's the She Knew No Fear book and the Deceived book. You're able to get the bundle pricing there. So head on over to profilingevil.com and yeah, grab your signed copy.
Yeah, and I just
Uh,
want to say, Deceived folks, if you're new to Profiling Evil, it's about a cult that I investigated and eventually took part in taking down. And it's a story of the survivors that we rescued 32 children in that thing. She Knew No Fear is a story of Jane Walton, who was murdered in 1891 of the town celebration. And it's a story about how we solved that murder.
Great. Well, so let's get started here. Paula Blevins, do you think the new DA will prosecute Robert Horan for the murder of Detroit Dennis Westenhoff?
I don't know, Paula, but what I do know is that we put a lot of hope and sweat equity into getting this story up on national and international news. Uh, the Westenhoff family has worked round the clock, and folks, please go to the Justice for Dennis Westenhoff Facebook page and help them. It's got to be putting pressure on the new DA who will come into office shortly, and all indications are that they know about it and they're listening and they are continuing to look. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Well, Renee Flynn, just saw Annie's video on Chad Reed. Have you seen that case yet?
No, and I haven't talked to Annie for a couple of weeks, so we'll have to find out what she's up to. I know that she had big things happening in her life and has been back really going after it. So it'll be fun. Man, we just need to get her on, or I need to go on her show, and we need to catch up.
So I've got words. How do you see the Astro World case being played out? Do you foresee anyone being arrested?
I've been watching that one, and I've been actually watching some of the stuff on Court TV and others, and I really don't know enough about it to even sound like I am intelligent, other than like you. I mean, number one, it was shocking, and number two, I keep scratching my head, wondering why we're not getting more information a little more quickly.
Yeah. Let's see here. Again, Paula Blevins. Let's see. I just lost it. Anything new on the Delphi murders?
Yeah, I haven't heard of anything new. I know people are so frustrated because it's a little town. And they wonder why more information's not coming out. Of course, we did a video early on. I want to shout out, Gray. Gray Hughes has done some nice stuff on it. I don't know that I always agree with some of the angles that others are taking there. I have some opinions, but I continue to kind of hold back. And I do that, quite frankly. I've talked about it before, Paula, because I personally spoke with the state police, and they asked me to hold off for a while on some stuff that we were aware of. So we're going to continue to hold off.
Interesting. Oh, there we go. That was what I was going to click. Don again. Any thoughts on ex-officer Kimberly Potter and her upcoming trial?
Donna, I'm not remembering this one. Is this the one where the officer pulled out their firearm thinking they were pulling out the taser and shot that African-American man in the side? I just don't remember the name. It's not popping up, so we'll have to watch for Donna. But that does remind me, another African-American man, Jesse Smollett. His disorderly conduct trial got underway today. Jury selection's going, and I think they got through some of the opening statements today. What I found interesting, Skyeler, was that the judge, the biggest challenge he's facing is there is a ton of media who want to be inside that courtroom, and they can't fit them in. They've put speakers out in the hall and everything else.
Interesting. That's going to be a big case.
Yeah, I think it is.
That's
and I want to answer Margaret's question in a second here, but I do want to say, the interesting thing about Smollett is he's still maintaining the defense that he truly was a victim of a racist and homophobic assault in downtown Chicago. And this happened exactly 2 years ago. Well, not exactly. In January,
Right.
and exactly 2 years ago. But I think he's got a real upward battle since his attackers confessed to police that Smollett had paid him $3,500 to just pose as his attackers. And there is a nexus because they actually worked on the show Empire with him. So
interesting.
Yeah. So that one's going to be an interesting.
Good luck. So do you consider yourself the cult sniffing #1 investigator?
Margaret, I'll let you answer that. I know that I know some types of cult behavior really well, and had the opportunity to lead the state's task force on cults. And whether that makes you an expert or not, I'll let somebody else decide.
All right. Well, so justice for Gabby. Have you heard the rumor of Moab police going to Florida? Interesting.
Have not. We have Tim in the back office who did a little digging around down in Moab. He won't tell us what he knows. So I think we're all kind of waiting to watch what happens here. But, I'm still not giving up the smell test on this one. Laundry is there in town. One of the questions I asked his Gabby's stepdad as we visited on the phone shortly after she went missing was if Brian had a weapon, because I was really interested in the murder down there. And her dad said, I'm not going to answer that question. Or her stepdad said, I'm not going to answer the question. And so, again, it's where there's smoke, you sometimes wonder if there's a fire.
Right. Well, CM always has great questions. Will Brian Laundrie be listed as Gabby's murderer anywhere on file, or because he's deceased, will they continue, I guess, pursuing that?
You know what? That we kind of talked about that last time we did choir practice. The question really is going to boil down to, frankly, they don't have to say anything now. They don't have to release an arrest affidavit. You would hope at some point that government would come forward and say, hey, we feel like we need to tell you what we know, but I don't know the answer.
But essentially, they're not going to just close the case until they, either figure. So I guess the question is, they can't close the case until they figure out who killed her, right? And if it were Brian Laundrie and he's deceased, that makes it more difficult. So the only thing I guess that essentially would happen is they would clear his name and move on, or make him, put him as the murderer, because they're not just going to leave it open, right?
Yeah, and we're waiting to see. I mean, Gabby's parents kind of, through their attorney, and we did a video on that this week, tipped their hand and said, hey, we're thinking there might be more charges coming along. Well, we don't know what that means, and I was pretty frustrated by that. I don't know. Hey, it looks like Ron stopped by, and if he's still on, great to see you, Ron. Thanks. Still waiting to hear back from you, a critique, Ron, on something else we've been talking about. And I did get from the back office, Potter was the officer who shot someone thinking it was a taser. So, yeah, and I'll tell you what, that is a troubling case from a number of angles, because that taser is bright yellow. It feels different. It really speaks to the pressure she was under. And this was a training officer. I mean, this is really a challenge. Some people are arguing that it was, a outright homicide. This was a horrid accident.
Yeah, I can't imagine being in those situations, those split-second decision situations.
No, and you know what? That taser thing reminds me, I think you have a date with a taser soon, don't you?
Potentially, yeah. We'll have
that's
to
going to be
see.
interesting. We'll see how people feel about that.
Yeah,
we're gonna see how that turns out.
We'll talk about that more down the road. But there is a sheriff that's quite in love with the idea of tasering me right now, and we may agree to it.
There's a lot of police chiefs and sheriffs across the country that have thought
there's
it'd be nice to tase you.
Over the many times we've dealt with them. Probably. Wendy Henschel, how do you think Brian Laundrie's parents may have killed their son and took the firearm thinking suicide?
Man, Wendy, I guess anything is possible, but I don't know. That one's kind of a hard stretch for me to noodle that one. I don't know. That's really interesting, though. Yeah.
And then we'll take one more question, and then we're gonna bring somebody in here. Sorry. Okay. Emma Booth, Mike, is there any update on the Rush shooting? Love the channel. Thanks, Emma.
It's not losing momentum. The finger pointing is starting or continuing. and everyone is starting to really take a position that we took early on, which was, how on earth does this happen? How do you become so lax when it comes to firearms on a movie set or anywhere else? But there are inklings that more is being released, and so we'll just watch that one too.
Interesting. Well, our guest is a busy man, so let's bring him on real quick, and we'll talk about some fun stuff we've got coming up over the next couple weeks. Jared with Adventures with Purpose.
He's got a pretty nice little haircut going too, doesn't he?
Yeah. No, it's getting a little shaggy and long.
Hey, buddy, how are you?
Evening, guys. I'm doing well. How about you guys?
Good.
Really good.
Good.
And now I have my official uniform on.
I was going to wear your shirt, but I figured he's going to be wearing his shirt, so I better wear one of ours.
Well, we do have multiple shirts, and I know that you have many of them. So
I have many of them. You are correct.
We need to do a co-branded shirt, and we'll figure out one of those.
There you go.
That would
be fun.
That would be a fun one. And on my left hand, my thoughts and prayers, buddy. And on my right hand, I want to know if you had any barbecue in Nashville.
I've actually, since my trip, I've barbecued out. Like, I have had barbecue one time this past month. It was while I was in Arizona. Unfortunately, I had a service for my grandfather has passed away, and we did have barbecue there. But other than that, since I've been back from the trip, I have had zero barbecue. I'm trying to be good. I've kind of gone like the pescatarian route, so kind of vegetarian and then fish along the way.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Do you like it?
Being pescatarian?
Yeah.
I mean, it's better than being weighted down with all that barbecue. Like, seriously, some people say, like, you can never have too much good barbecue. Let me tell you, you can have too much good barbecue.
I can agree with that. I had a bad sandwich at a sporting event recently, and it has kind of turned me off to beef for a while. So I might be doing that
you
too.
two, let's share with everybody what we got coming down the pike.
Wait. Oh. I just want you to know, before we even get started, I'm an official reserve deputy now. That's right. I'm an official sheriff's deputy in St. Clair County, Michigan.
Wow.
I don't know if you guys can see that, if it comes up good. But anyway, that's the news today. So I am official. So just yes.
I can't wait to see what you do with that newfound responsibility.
The trick is get it in one of those flip wallets, and you just show it real fast and put it away.
Yeah. Well,
I tried
flashing my light. So I picked it up at the mailbox today, and I tried flashing my lights at some people and flashing my badge, but none of them pulled over. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
You can buy red and white lights. So
since we're YouTubers, watch YouTube for those guys that do exactly that, and they flash their sheriff's badge to the sheriff who happens to stop them.
Yeah, I love these videos.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, so we do have kind of a fun announcement for we're gonna do when Jared comes for you, bad boys. There you go. Good old there you go. We need the music.
I'm kind of thinking, if Jared's coming for me, it's already been a bad day. But hopefully it's going to be better for my family.
That's true. If you're looking for us, hopefully it's not under the circumstances you typically look for people.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyway, so we've got a fun thing for both Profiling Evil followers, subscribers, and Adventures with Purpose subscribers. We're doing sort of a 12 Days of Christmas giveaway. We've got a lot of things planned to give away to all of you, all of the subscribers. So just all you got to do is click the subscribe button on both our page and Jared's page, and you could be entered to win into this. There'll be some more details along the way. We've got a few days to kind of figure some things out logistically. But we're giving away a lot of stuff. We're giving away Amazon gift cards. We're giving away all the awesome swag you see Jared wearing. We've got lots of T-shirts and hats and the I think I have one around here somewhere. The window breaker thingies.
Oh yeah, those are very cool. The seatbelt cutter and the window breaker.
Yeah, right.
He's
So
got one here already, Skyeler.
Oh, there we go. So we're giving away a lot of cool stuff like that. Profiling Evil swag, and whether he likes it or not, we're going to give away some of Mike's books as well. So, but not just swag. We also want to help with your Christmases as well, and give some Amazon gift cards and things like that. So you can get, not that these aren't the presents that everyone's asking for on their Christmas lists, but other stuff too.
I don't know.
And
That's what everyone in my family asked for, is just an Amazon card. Quit trying to figure
no,
out.
yeah. Anyway, and then our friends at Dr. Pepper are also going to give us some stuff to give away as well. So we're going to have a whole lot of fun giveaways. We'll announce some more, maybe in the B.O.L.O, maybe just next episode, Facebook, Jared's Facebook, whatever. Just keep an eye out. But it's going to be a lot of fun. Jared, thank you so much for being a part of this and donating so much fun stuff for everybody. We know they all love you. Everyone who follows Profiling Evil follows you. Can't say the same on the other side, but we'll get there eventually.
Trust me. There's a lot of people that don't like, and in fact, a few comments that came through today, and as you know, we're never going to make everybody happy, but they're like, you know what, we're tired. We're sad that we don't see the fun side of Jared anymore. Like, everything's just so serious. And like, how do I think that on this next trip, I'm going to do it a little bit different, where I'm going to sprinkle in a little bit more fun. But then when I do the fun, then people are like, well, you should be out there helping people. So it's one of those things where I'm never going to win pleasing everybody. And like, but I still need that balance. I need to be able to have that fun to make sure that we don't end up with PTSD.
Agreed.
You're absolutely right. And you know what? I want to just mention, since I've got you on, Jared, we got some really cool stuff coming up in December. For everyone that's out there that helped us with getting some money together to bury Lloyd Reese, we now have a grave. We have a marker on the grave, and we stepped it up a little bit and decided to pay to move Lloyd's brother from a different cemetery over next to him. So we'll have all three brothers together side by side in the same cemetery. And on December 12th, we're going to have a little memorial service with Thunder and her family. And those graves are going to be dedicated, and they're going to have a nice meal for the family and others that come. This is after 33 years, Jared. And we just cannot thank all of you enough for all that you did. And frankly, I'll just pitch out the idea that if anyone wants to super chat a few dollars or shoot a few dollars via PayPal, maybe we can get a nice batch of flowers and things for the graveside and help dress it up there. But we had enough money left over to also pay for dinner for everybody when they hold that. So a lot of great things. And Jared, without you, this wouldn't have happened. And we were just honored, as we are on many other of your cases, to bring in the criminal investigative side of the house as you go out and try to do your piece.
And I think it's incredible, everybody coming together, from your channel to my channel to, everybody that supports us around the world that steps up, and that, that if they're able to provide a financial contribution, that it's like you said, extra came in. And so therefore, we were able to, buy the dinner for the family. But, other things that, that have taken place, like on our trip, that, thank you to those, who not just support by watching and spreading awareness of what it is that we're doing, but like Samantha Hopper, and helping out her daughter, with the burial, because from time to time we'll put up a GoFundMe for these families that we're helping. The one thing that we do get quite a bit of, and I kid you not, like, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a week, we get a, hey, can you share my GoFundMe? Unfortunately, that's not what our channel is about. We can't do that for everybody, but what we can do is the cases that we're focused on, those are the families at that moment in time that it makes perfect sense for us to help them at that moment in time. I wish that we could help everybody, but unfortunately, it can't turn into a, hey, flash my GoFundMe page.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And that was the thing that was so sweet, is that Thunder and her family tried to get a GoFundMe, and frankly, money is really tough for everybody. and we saw a lacking in the amount of money they needed to move Wayne, the older brother, to disinter him and move him over to this other location. And we thought it's just the right thing to do. I mean, you really do come to love these families that you get the chance to work with. And some people might think it's exploitive to put these cases on. We like to think that we're actually bringing awareness and giving people a chance to help if they want to help. And gosh, we're seeing people pouring in right now with dollars to help out with some flowers and things like that. And folks, we're going to shoot some video and we'll make sure you all see what you're all being a part of, because it's amazing what I'm seeing happening right here.
We'd better get ordering flowers tomorrow. we might have a large order thanks to everybody.
Yeah, well, that's been a sweet experience, and I go back. I mean, that was absolutely incredible to watch your team in action. It was fun, Jared, because you actually got the back office out in boats, and they had to actually work for a couple of days on the water, and that was really fun to see our guys out doing their thing. We got some great coverage from the local media, and it was just great all the way around. And I think it brought a lot of hope to that family.
Yeah.
Well, good.
So this is exciting. We got lots of fun stuff coming up. Like Mike said, we'll make sure we document well the services that are coming up. And then to Jared, again, thank you so much for stepping up for the 12. I mean, I know you would have done it. It wasn't even a question when we text you, but still, thank you for doing it and being a part of that. You and I talked a little bit today about it, and we've got so many amazing supporters and followers that it just, we got to do something. We can't do a lot, but we got to do something, and hopefully this is fun.
Well, and I came on tonight hoping that the only reason I showed up because I thought that you were giving something away tonight, and I was hoping that I would win something. So at least if I don't win, you got to give something.
You have one. So, you have one, brother. You got to hang out with us. I mean, this is a big win for you, and it probably will change your whole outlook for the rest of the week.
So you got to pull something out of your hat right now.
All right. What
do we got?
Let's see. I've got books. Mike, we're gonna give away 2 books. Whatever. Let's just do it.
Oh no! You know what? I think he's got. Didn't I give you She Knew No Fear? Your wife, I think, liked Deceived, right? I think you actually were motivated by Deceived.
Oh, not me. Who
Jared?
are you talking to?
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. You can't give her book away, but yeah. I read Deceived, and my wife has too. It's a good book. I like it.
So and I want to know if you've been through She Knew No Fear yet.
No. Did you give me that one?
Yeah.
I lost it. I'll look for it. So,
all right, Skyeler's giving something away because Mr. Lysick demanded it.
I don't know how we'll give it away, but we'll do a pair of the books tonight. I don't know, Tim, Tyler, how we select a random subscriber. I might have something where we can do that.
All right, Tim, you got about 10 minutes, 15 minutes to figure that out, Tim. How we're gonna take all the people that are in the chat and scramble and raffle.
I think I can do it.
Oh, holy cow! Look at that, Catherine Smith. Thank you so much for helping out with the flowers. And I'm going to make sure
also in the mix. I know that I sent you a bunch of these to give away as well on your 12 Days of Christmas, but for tonight also, let's give away 2 different sets of 5 each, because I know that people have been ordering them like crazy from us. If you've not seen these are window breakers. I don't have the full set with me right now. But here, let me just go grab one.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know what we've done, but we have like 7 names we need to draw. Is that right?
For tonight?
6 names.
Anyway, so people are buying these as stocking stuffers, and if you've not seen them, we have a video on our channel. Anyway, this is a window breaker, keychain, and seatbelt cutter. And so the way that this thing works is that your keys are here, it's dangling, pull it off, cuts your seatbelt, cuts it right up, and that we show that in the video. And then the black part here is what you push against the glass, and this little spring-loaded thing comes out, and it like pushes, and I'm going to try not to hit my thumb with it because it will make you bleed. Anyway, so that little thing pops out right there, and that's what ends up busting your window. Emergency window breakers. We're going to end up doing some more videos. There were some things that things that you wish that you would have never seen in your entire life, and you hope that no family ever has to go through this. But there was one particular case on our trip that I feel like if he would have had a window breaker, he would have gotten out. And it's one of those things where he was making his way from the front seat to the back seat. The back latch was open. He couldn't get the doors open, and just the position. And I'm not here to talk about morbid things, but I'm just talking about, for something so small that could have saved somebody's life, because he did not go there to commit suicide. It was a straight up accident. And whether, we're talking water related, or we're talking, a car that crashes that has smoke coming inside, these little things, law enforcement and some fire departments, they carry them on their uniforms. And I suggest that everybody pick one up. So anyway, so tonight we're going to give away 2 sets, 5 each. So that way you can have one. You can give away some for, to your friends and family for Christmas as well.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so 2 sets, 5 each.
Yeah, and they come in different colors.
Perfect. All right. So, hey, if I can get Tim from the back office to come in, I want to know if we can figure out how to do this. One thing I'm thinking about is we were going to announce tonight, remind people how they can register for the B.O.L.O. And I think we can put this in the B.O.L.O. as a drawing and then announce next week who the winners are. But if Tim in the back office had come on for a minute and tell me whether that makes sense, maybe we can do the drawing that way.
No, people don't want to wait. Give them something tonight. I'm here to see somebody get excited, like, hey, that's me, I won. And that they're on right now.
I won.
You won.
I thought I wore my welcome from last week, but here I am. We're getting some messaging from Skyeler to type exclamation point.
Hold on. It's not working. This is what I use on Twitch, and it works all the time, but it's not working here right now. So
now we got a bunch of exclamation point Christmases.
Man, but it's full of Christmas. How can we be upset about that?
Okay, well, I'm going to jump off. I'm going to put a form together really quick, and I'll throw it in the chat. So,
Yay, Tim.
So give us 5 minutes. I'll be back.
All right, good. Okay, so while we're doing that, have you been watching the news at all, Jared, with Ghislaine Maxwell starting her first day in court?
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, this is the difference between true crime and just getting your hair wet and going underwater and looking around. Ghislaine Maxwell is tied to Jeffrey Epstein and was involved in that horrid case. She had her first day in court. In fact, she made her way in, sat through the first day of the hearings alongside of her attorneys. But this is what's cool is the prosecutor came out swinging today, painting a picture of Maxwell being this significant tie, almost connected at the hip to Jeffrey Epstein and this pyramid scheme of abuse where they took young girls, she groomed them allegedly, prepared them, brought them to Epstein, who then would assault them. And the Maxwell team in turn argued, no, she's just being punished because Epstein killed himself and they just want a pound of flesh. So she's the target here. And so this is going to be really interesting because there's going to be at least 4 victims who will testify in this case of the grooming and the assaults that both Epstein and Maxwell allegedly participated in. They're going to be using all kinds of evidence along with people that worked for Epstein, former members of his staff in doing this. And they're going to use like his airplane logs and FedEx records for all the gifts that he was sending to his child victims. And all of that's going to be brought together. And I just want to end my little dissertation here with this one comment that I read by one of the victims who said, Ghislaine controlled the girls. She was like the madam. she was the nuts and bolts of a sex trafficking operation. And she starts her first day. This thing's going to go on till after the first of the year because of holidays and other kinds of things. But that's going to be a biggie. And folks, while I wait for Jared to respond, if he has any response, want to remind you, any questions you have for me or Jared, just shoot them in there, and we'll try to answer them in the couple of minutes between now and when we give away some stuff.
Yeah, so I ended up watching the documentary like last year when it came out on Netflix or something, and it was just like jaw dropping. Like, you got to be kidding me! Like, anyway, if you've not seen the documentary, I mean, you definitely have to have a stomach for it to watch it.
Yeah, these are tough cases. They're hard on investigators. I mean, I investigated a number of those kinds of cases, and you have to listen to things that are happening to children that in many cases are the same age as your own children, and you got to try to somehow try to disassociate with the anger you feel as a parent, and just kind of go about doing your job as an investigator and following these through. So this is going to be a really interesting one to see come together, and it'll be interesting. Maxwell is convinced that she's going to walk out of jail. In fact, she made a comment that I thought was pretty interesting. She said she looked forward to the trial so that she can be acquitted and walk out a free person. And thank you so much for that great donation just a moment ago. That is really meaningful, Tanya Hausman, and thank you again. We're going to make sure that Thunder has some beautiful flowers for Wayne's and Lloyd's graves. Well, good. Okay, so Jared,
I think I figured it out.
while he's doing that,
try Christmas again, everybody.
Well, I saw another link going on in here. That said
I was just posting links.
am
we have 2 things
proud
going on
of
over there.
myself right now.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Why don't we pick one winner from Christmas and one winner from the link that I
and
just
if
sent
Christmas
out?
doesn't work, Jared, you just go ahead and pick somebody at random. How about that?
Sounds good. I'll do that.
Christmas isn't. No, you got to do. Yeah, it's not working. Okay, so
what do you got, Tim? Did you create a form?
Yeah, we have a form. So far, we have 37 entries. So not everyone who is watching right now has entered.
We put it up on the screen and maybe then tell people, or is it down in the description, or did you put it in a link?
I've been chatting it out.
Okay.
But
So let's chat it a few times so people can see it and give everyone a chance. And oh yeah, there's the link. Just go to that link, folks.
It's a funky link.
But click on it from the chat box, and that'll get you over there.
Okay, 57 entries. It's growing. Let's get more. They have 4 minutes.
4 minutes. Jared, from the satellite view, how many cases did you manage this summer on your big trip, and what was the result?
In fact, here, let's do it this way. The first person that can tell me how many people AWP directly brought home will win the first set of 5.
I like that.
Let's do that.
There you go. Okay.
So I'm looking for a number right now.
This is great. I feel like there's a timer. I mean, a drum roll or something going on.
Yeah, so I'm watching for some numbers. I see 18, 8, 13. Those are the first numbers I see. 14, 21, 9, 17. I'm not seeing the no. Okay, so right now I see. Looks like Kath got it right. Kath Daughtery, Color Street. Let me just scroll up to make sure that nobody got it before her. So 7 is the number that we personally put hands on and brought home. I'm sorry, I got Michael before that. So Michael is a member of yours.
Then you gotta just give the 2 sets, one to Michael and one to Kath.
All right, I'll do that since I saw Kat first and then I see Michael. So all right, so both of you win a set. So email me support. Actually, send it to us sales. So sales@adventureswithpurpose.com. Say that it was profiling evil and that you both won And then let me know what colors you want. We have 8 colors total, so let me know what colors you want.
Sales at adventureswithpurpose.com, folks.
Yes.
And your name has to be Michael or
Michael or
my thing works now. I'm like super excited about it. It does work. You have to put.
Anyway, so I do want to address. So some people were also saying 11, and so 11 is also a correct answer, but not the one we're looking for tonight. 11 total were brought home because of the AWP trip, and so where those additional 4 come from is we started the case of Charles Fluharty. Jacob from Chaos Divers went back a week later. Worked with the detective on that one. He had some additional ideas of where to look. They ended up finding him that day that they went back and looked. And then the second case was 3 people, and that was Stephanie, Christina, and John Wynn, where she drove her and her 2 children into the water 23 years ago. We had to pull off the water because of weather. We had to get to our next case the following day. The deputy or the detective on that one went back a week later with Marine Patrol. They did some sonar work at the next location that we were going to go to, and they ended up solving that one based on the information that we'd given them. So
awesome.
Fantastic.
That's great.
Thanks for your amazing work, Jared.
Yeah.
Now, Skyeler, Tim, I don't know, but you got this competition going on. Let's get one of you to pick one for, let's use one of you for She Knew No Fear and one of you for Deceived.
Okay. All right.
We'll give a couple books away.
So again, we'll let Tim go first because mine's gonna take some explanation. Okay.
We still have 1 minute on ours.
Exclamation point, Christmas, no spaces, case sensitive.
Oh my God.
Wait, and it's case sensitive?
All right.
Just like
you
that.
have the most difficult giveaways I've ever seen in my entire life.
But
Or
here's
the
the thing.
Publishers Clearinghouse or anything else. Like, did you see how easy I made it? Like, hey,
Profiling Evil, just try to do business.
I quit.
All right, Tim, give away 2 books.
No, I've got it ready and I'm happy about it. So Nightbot, our little moderator is going to pick our giveaway winner. Are you guys ready for this? Watch this. Watch the chat. Just watch the chat. That's all you got to do.
Okay.
Wait, I think.
Boom. Do you see that?
Nope.
Sherry. Oh, Trisha Huddleston has won the giveaway. See where it says Nightbot? Look at that. It did it all randomly generated.
How is Nightbot going to get the book?
What?
I think that Mike is going to hand deliver it and he's going to sign it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like somebody else is shipping it, not me.
I'll definitely sign it. But how are we going to get their email address or their address to send this?
They just need to message us or tell us it's them. I mean, I should be able to see. I can see on my other screen over here all of her comments now. So she's saying, yay, she's happy. So your little hate toward my awesome system that Jared's going to text me about later and be like, how did you do that? Is going to go away here soon.
All right, great. Tim, who's our other book?
My turn. Nicole Wirch. I feel like this is a tale of John Henry and the steam engine versus, the manual labor there. So I did the manual part and I got a name there. Here's our winner, Nicole Wirch.
All right.
Shoot us an email with your address.
Okay. And let them choose which book they want. Let's send them one book. That'd be great.
Okay.
I can even go straight to her YouTube profile from my system.
I'm so proud of you all. This is awesome. And I want to just say thank you, everyone. Tim, don't leave because I want to talk about the B.O.L.O, because we also have some other giveaways that are coming down the pike. We were hoping that we would have author Kirby Summers with us tonight, folks. On Wednesday, my audio podcast with Kirby, who is an investigative journalist and the author of Ghislaine Maxwell, the unauthorized biography, huge selling book right now. You can catch my podcast with her on Wednesday at your favorite podcast platform. Just look up Profiling Evil. And then on Friday on YouTube, the video version of that discussion with Kirby Summers. Kirby not only is the author of the Ghislaine Maxwell book, an unauthorized biography, but she also writes the weekly Epstein Project newsletter and hosts the Epstein Project podcast. She is a survivor, sustained sex abuse that she endured in her life, and went from being a victim to being a champion for human rights and the elimination of human trafficking. And she is a rock star. She was going to join us tonight. Somehow we didn't connect, but maybe we'll get her on next week to give away the books. So how are they going to get those books that she wants to give away, Tim?
Yeah, so the great thing about entering through the link that I just popped up is I also had a little checkbox to subscribe to the B.O.L.O. So we did collect some email addresses for people who wanted to subscribe to the B.O.L.O. And as you may or may not know, I'm in charge of putting that newsletter together. So we will also add an entry form there. And through Wednesday, from Wednesday through next Monday, you'll be able to sign up every day for the giveaway. And we'll announce it next Monday on our next choir practice. So keep an eye out for the B.O.L.O. and thank you for all the new subscribers we got to it.
Yeah, thank you.
Nightbot has been very abusive to some of the viewers. I'm terribly sorry. He comes in very antsy to not ban, but time people out. He's been disabled. He will not time anyone out ever again.
Who is Nightbot? I'm confused. So this is a great reason for me to segue away from that and say, Jared, thanks so much. It has been a blast tonight. I can't tell you what your friendship means to me and to the entire team here. We love your team and we love what we have together. It really is cool.
Thank you for that. And here's my thing as I depart tonight. I stalled for my wife just a little bit. I actually have date night with her. We're going to do a hot chocolate, driving around, looking at Christmas lights date tonight. Ooh, so if you're into the holiday season, you're looking for something to do, make it simple. Go spend some time with your loved one if you have one. Or even if you don't, grab yourself a cup of hot chocolate and go drive around, take a look at some Christmas lights. Get out of the house and off the computer for a bit.
Agreed. And, just to kind of segue off of that, we took all of our grandchildren a few nights ago down to the Electric Light and Santa Claus Parade to kick off the holiday season. And I'm heading out the door in 5 minutes while you're eating chocolate and driving around town. I'm going to be at my granddaughter's Christmas program, a play that she's in town. I'm trying to not say anything that would tip a hand of who or where or what, except for to say I'm so excited to go see a little 9-year-old performing in a Christmas play that is should be on Broadway. So Skyeler, last word before we sign off.
Last word is there's an email address at the bottom, profilingevil@gmail.com in the description. If you won, send us the thing. Sorry.
I think your last words need to be, I'm really sorry for using Nightbot. I really hurt a lot of people tonight.
Nightbot is tamed. He's ready to go for the next giveaway. And you guys are going to be glad he's here because you're going to think, oh, they're just seeing names that they recognize and they're picking them. Nightbot doesn't care about any of you. He's going to pick somebody at random. So it'll be a better chance for winners.
All right, folks, make sure you tune in today. The video that I posted today is on Ghislaine Maxwell and on
some other stuff.
Smollett.
Go enjoy.
and tomorrow we're going to be talking about a triple murder and a segment I did with Court TV. And then tomorrow night you can catch me on Court TV for a couple of segments with Vinnie Politan. And until then, Jared, I'm looking forward to this thing coming together, and we're going to have some fun during the holidays. And to everybody out there, thanks so much for supporting Profiling Evil. Good night, everybody.
Good night. Bye.